Hello there, this is Brett Lonsdale from Lightning Tools, and we're going to take a look at how we can use Lightning Forms in order to customize the new Microsoft List forms. So first of all, what I'm going to do is go ahead and create a brand new list, and it's going to be an employee onboarding list. So we're going to choose the new employee onboarding template. And inside here, we'll see some sample data of what we're going to get. And you can see there's things like the tasks that would take place when we hire a new employee, so things like signing off letters, setting up new laptops, introducing the new employee to the team, and setting up one-to-ones and things like that. So we're going to go ahead and use that template in order to build a new list. And we'll go with the default name, which is employee onboarding. We'll choose the Lightning Tools blue, and we'll choose a robot as the icon for that list. And this is going to get stored in My Lists. So we'll go ahead and hit create. And we get our brand new employee onboarding list here, and we can go through and create new items. So notice when we click new, we get the side panel appearing with the modern look and feel, which is of course a responsive form as well. So in here, you'll notice there's an edit form button inside the new Microsoft lists. And when we click onto the drop down there, you can edit the columns, which allows us to show and hide the different fields. We can also edit a conditional formula as well. So you can see here we could put in a formula that is going to hide that field. And we've also got the ability to customize with Power Apps as well. But what we're going to focus on is actually customizing this with Lightning Forms. And one of the things we're going to do here is actually embed the employee onboarding forms inside another list, which is going to be the employee list. So that way we can create a new employee, given their first name, their last name, the location and department that they're going to be working in, and so on. And then these items can all be related to each employee. So we'll close out of this for now. And when we go to Microsoft Lists, I've already created a employee list. And you'll notice when I hit new that in here we have the last name, we have a first name. I also have an office, and we have a department as well. And you'll see that this is a lookup column from another list as well. And we've also got some other bits and pieces in here, such as job title and salary and who this person reports to and so on. So there's certain things that I want to do. I want to insert some tabs, and that will allow me to improve the layout, but also hide certain fields from most users. So we'll be able to hide the salary field, for example, from anybody that is not actually a member of a salary managers group. And we'll also go through and embed the employee onboarding form onto this form so that we can actually create a new employee and assign all those work tasks to them all in one go. Okay, so first things first is we're going to hit cancel, and then we're going to launch the Lightning Forms customization dialog by clicking onto the Lightning Forms customization dialog button. And you'll notice in here we've got the three forms that make up these lists, so the new form, the edit form, and the display form. And we're going to go in and first of all customize the new form. Okay, so we're in the Lightning Forms design experience, and what we're going to do first of all is just add on here a rich text control. So we can provide a title. So I'll click inside the rich text area, and we'll have a employee onboarding title, and I can go through and center that on the page and make it a heading and so on. And then we're also going to add a tabbed control. So in here we'll go through and select the tabs. So I get my first tab called new tab. I'm going to create another tab, and the first tab we're just going to double click it and provide a name. So we'll have employee details. And the second tab we're going to double click, and this can be called salary information. Okay, now this tab, I only want that to show if you are in a particular SharePoint group. So we're going to go into the enabled, expand contextual objects, and under user, I'm going to choose the is member of group, and we'll put the name of the group in here, which is actually called managers, and hit save. So if you're in that managers group, then you can click into that tab, otherwise it's going to be disabled. Under the employee details, we can go through and change the row configuration. I'm going to change it to 2 columns so we can have 2 columns side by side. That will give us a little bit more room to have the sublist on without taking up too much width. So we'll drag and drop the last name field into the left column, and to the right of that, we're going to have the first name. Under last name, we'll have office, and I'm just going to go and drag the department next to it so we can change the order of these fields as well. And then we're going to have job title and reports to. Okay, so the salary field, we're actually going to go ahead and drop that here under the salary information, and I'll stick attachments there as well, just in case we want to attach any contracts or anything like that to this particular employee. So there's my my two tabs, and the next thing we're going to do is go through and insert that sublist. So when I click onto the plus icon, I can scroll down to all the different lists and libraries, and in here we've got the employee onboarding, which I'm just going to drop in here. Now, the first thing that this is going to allow me to do is actually link the two lists together using a lookup column. So you'll notice that there isn't a lookup column that exists at the moment. I'm going to go through and create one by clicking onto this plus icon, and that creates this column called lookup to employee, which I can change the name of if I want to. So I'll hit add, and that has created that embedded list for me. So we'll choose OK. And the next thing I want to do is actually customize this department, and I'll show you why. Let's first of all just choose save and close to come out of the design experience for a moment. And you'll notice here when I click onto to new, we should get the new look and feel. So there we go, we've got our two tabs here, and we've got the department lookup, and yeah, these are basically being duplicated. So what I want to do is, based on the office location, if I choose US, we'll just see the departments in the US, and likewise if I choose UK. So we'll go back and customize that. So in our department field here, we'll click onto the pencil icon and we can apply filter. So as we go through and add the filter condition, we can have the title of the department that's in the lookup list, and we're going to say that that is equal to the input on the form, and we'll go through and select the office in here. So now when we save and close this and we create a brand new item, if we select the UK as an office, you'll notice that we see 4 departments in here. If we choose the US, then we just see the 2 departments. Okay, so we've now got a cascading lookup. The final thing I want to do is just add a little bit more logic to the button here. So once again, we'll go into the design experience of the new form. Okay, and we've got the floating button on the form, which we'll go through and click onto the configure actions. So you'll notice that that is doing a save and then it's doing a close, and we can add some more actions to this, and those actions could be a number of different things. We could kick off a Microsoft flow using a HTTP request. We could execute some JavaScript if we want to. We can also show a message or update another list item in another list. We can also add a list item to another list, and so on. What I'm going to do is click onto send email, and in the from field, we're going to go through and choose from the contextual objects the current user. And in the to field, we can go through and I'm just going to set that to my current user, but of course we could map that to a field on the form if we wanted to. And in here we'll have new employee created. And we could add some text in there as well. Okay, so we've got a little bit more going on with our button, and that's the floating button on the form, but we could also scroll up to the top here and do the same thing on the command bar as well by going to the actions command bar and then customizing these buttons as well if we want to. Okay, so we'll save and close, and we'll create a new item. So in here we're going to add myself, and we'll choose a location and so on, and then we can go through and add some onboarding. So order laptop will be one of them, and of course we could add the description and all the other fields that we want to do, when this is going to be completed, and we'll hit save, and notice that that gets embedded on the employee onboarding form. So now we can just hit save, and that is written out to the employee list. And if we go back to the employee onboarding, you'll also notice that we've got that order laptop in there as well. So we can actually write out to multiple lists by embedding the lists onto the forms. Okay, so if you want to know more about Lightning Forms, feel free to email us on sales@lightningtools.com and we'll be happy to set up a private demonstration and discuss your needs. Okay, thank you.